Welcome to the Healthy Stress Doctor podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about defining stress and what is stress. Stress is really a very misunderstood phenomenon. I'm sure that if you asked 4 of your friends to define stress, they'd probably define it 4 different ways. In my college textbook, I define stress as a holistic transaction between an individual and a potential stressor resulting in a stress response. And the 3 key components of this definition are healthy transaction, potential stressor, and stress response. And they're drawn from the fields of health, psychology, and physiology. The term holistic in holistic transaction refers to holistic health. And really, holistic health is a multifaceted way of looking at health that includes 7 dimensions: the physical, social, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, environmental, and occupational dimensions. You put all of those together, they really represent the 7 different facets of your health. And your level of health across these 7 dimensions is really your best ally against stress. It provides you the energy to both assess stress, to understand it, to accept it, and to cope with stressors. So holistic health refers to that multifaceted approach. Stress transaction is really another way to describe how you view a potential stressor and your ability to cope with it. Once you're exposed to a potential stressor, your mind answers 2 questions regarding whether or not this is going to become a stressor. One is it a threat to me? And 2 is, can I cope with it? If your mind says, yes, this is threatening to me, and no, I can't cope with it, that potential stressor will actually turn into a real stressor and trigger a stress response. Now, potential stressor is a term I use a lot, and it's something that in the course of listening to these podcasts and reading my materials, you're going to see that I really emphasize. A potential stressor is really something, someone, or some situation that has the ability to threaten you. It's crucial that you realize that a stressor is really only a potential stressor until you feel threatened by it and unable to cope with it. People, places, and situations are not inherently stressful to all people under all circumstances. So really keep that potential stressor concept in mind as you go through these podcasts and read my material. A stress response is a chain of physiological events that occur once your mind feels threatened and you tell yourself that you can't cope. Once that happens, your brain switches on a response that is transmitted via nerve transmissions and hormonal release. And these 2 mechanisms, the switching on of nerves and the release of hormones, triggers a cascading event of different physiological changes in your body. And they're really designed to mobilize energy to fight or flee from this stressor. Now, the stress response is really progressive in nature, and you progress from that alarm, that initial alarm stage where you're mobilizing energy, all the way through resistance and eventually exhaustion if you don't either eliminate the source of stress or learn how to cope with it effectively. Spend some time thinking about this definition over the next couple of weeks until the next podcast and newsletter comes out, because it really is essential that you understand that stress is really a holistic transaction that involves a potential stressor and you. Once you begin to understand what that definition really means, then you can start to harness the power of that and to really use it to manage your stress. Look for the first Stress Buster tip in this newsletter that actually helps you apply this definition right off the bat to start to learn how to manage your stress. I look forward to seeing you for the next podcast.